The snow fell for days over the town of Graymoor, blanketing it in silence. It was the kind of winter that seeped into your bones, the kind of silence that pressed against your eardrums like a physical pain. And in that silence, the lake at the edge of town whispered. It started with rumors, hushed tones at the general store, furtive glances exchanged between neighbors, strange sounds drifting across the frozen lake at night, whispers, cries, distant voices that didn't belong to anyone living. At first, they were just the wind, the townsfolk said, echoes off the ice. But the whispers grew more frequent, more specific. Names were whispered, secrets were spoken. Then people began to disappear. First, little Timmy Peterson, who chased his runaway ball too close to the shore. Then old man Hemmings, the fisherman, whose sled was found abandoned beside a perfectly cut hole in the ice. No sign of a struggle, no footprints leading away, just a faint trail of frozen tears. Fear turned the townspeople's faces ashen. They retreated into their homes, shuttered up the windows, nailed the doors from the inside, left the lake untouched, unspoken of. But local journalist Anna found herself drawn to the lake. Her own brother, Thomas, had disappeared out there 10 years ago, claimed by the ice, they said. Another victim of the silent killer, the Graymoor grabber. Only Anna knew that her brother's disappearance had been more than that. He'd been researching the lake, searching for answers in its depths. And he'd found something he'd planned to expose. Now, haunted by his voice and clutching his worn leather journal, Anna began digging into the lake's forgotten history. She discovered an ancient story, a legend that the town's founders had tried to bury. Something not of this world. Something evil had risen from the depths of the lake centuries ago. It lured the townsfolk to their doom, whispering their deepest desires, offering them solace, only to trap them forever beneath the ice. The entity was sealed there by the town's founders, its prison maintained through ritual, secrecy, and silence. But time had worn those seals thin, and now, as winter deepened and the ice thickened, the voices were growing louder. They called out to the weak, the lonely, the grieving, luring them onto the lake under the illusion of familiarity and hope. But those who stepped onto the ice never returned. They were claimed. Anna realized the terrifying truth. The lake wasn't just frozen solid. It was a lid, and something beneath it was waiting to be let out. Now, with the townspeople on the brink of hysteria, Anna must race to uncover the final piece of the truth, and she'll have to decide if she'll risk everything to silence the voices once and for all, or follow them to whatever lies beneath.